So hi, I'm Beth. I'm a professor. I'm also a venture capitalist and a former CEO. And I help people build companies that are human-centered. And I do this because I would say it's time we retired the category of social impact company and recognize that every single company affects society, for better or worse. So in 2020, I signed up for an app called Rover. I love dogs. It was a way to spend some time with dogs without long-term commitment. And dogs are great, but being a gig worker, not so much. So gig work platforms, they hold all the power. If I didn't respond to a client, I would get, immediately, I would get notification after notification after ping after alert. If I said no to a bad dog, like a dog who was reactive, Rover would lower the visibility of my profile. I did push back once. There was a dog that tried to bite a friend of mine, and Rover sided with the dog. So, Rover, Uber, DoorDash, they don't just create services. They architect new labor relations. They shift all the risk onto workers. They give them no security, no benefits, basically no recourse. So they create systemic powerlessness. So in a traditional sense, no one would call any of these companies a social impact company, and yet, of course, they have a tremendous impact on society. So I like to ask what's possible when we build every company with the lens of what kind of impact are you having. So take, for example, Prolific. This is another gig work platform for researchers. They pay participants a minimum wage based on where they're living, and they deliver higher quality data. As a result, they've paid out over $100 million to participants. Variant Bio is another company. They're a genomics company, and they rely on sort of collecting blood samples from isolated communities. And they give 4% of equity and 4% of revenue to those communities. And they've raised over $130 million. So these are real companies on real growth trajectories, and they didn't just set out to minimize harm. They actually design their companies for good, knowing that they are going to have impact in the world. So that's what my lab amplifies. We build on the rich history of B Corps and double and triple bottom line to get founders thinking about human-centered entrepreneurship. So build big, build bold, and still build a better world. And so come talk to me about the book I'm writing and also the incubator that I'm launching in September.